Hi, this is Mike with Designs by M, and today I wanted to show you how to hook up a brand new Cricut Explore machine. So today I'm going to go ahead and hook up the Cricut Explore Air. I've seen a lot of people online post comments on Facebook and such that they have a brand new machine that is sitting in a box, and I wanted to go ahead and create a video showing how to go ahead and hook it up to hopefully take some of that mystery away so you can get crafting. Now all I've done is taken this out of the box, and these are all the pieces that came with the machine. So I have the machine, I have the power cord, I have the USB cable, it came with a pen, it came with an instruction sheet, and it came with a brand new mat. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. All right, so the first thing I think I'm going to go ahead and do is open the Let's Get Started. Let's see what we have in here. So we have our online guide will walk you through how to set up your machine, create an account, and teach you how to make a project. So we will be going to www.cricut.com/setup. Here's a Learn More catalog or booklet. So it tells you what's in the box. So I've got my machine, a couple pieces of cardstock, my standard grip cutting mat, the pen and accessory adapter, and it says the adapter is pre-installed, my blade and housing, which is pre-installed, my power cord, and my USB. So yep, everything's there. The center diagram shows the machine. This page shows the blade replacement. So if I needed to replace the blade at some point, it shows you how to do that. And then the other side is the same information, but in a different language. And I can't even put it the right way. There it goes. French. It is in French. All right. I've got warranty and FCC statement. And I have a light blue cardstock that this came with. Really pretty texture. A gray, or two grays. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and bring you over to the computer, and we'll go ahead to this web address and continue hooking up the machine. Right, so now that we're on the computer, let's go ahead and type in that web address, www.cricut.com/setup. Hit enter. Internet Explorer is no longer supported. Design Space is no longer supported in Internet Explorer. Please open Design Space in one of these supported browsers: Google Chrome, Mozilla, Firefox, or Microsoft Edge. So that is really a good call out. So make sure that you're using one of these supported browsers when you go to the setup. So I'm going to go ahead and switch over and continue. All right, so now I went ahead and opened Microsoft Edge. We'll go ahead and type in the web address, www.cricut.com/setup. Hit the enter key. And it takes you to the thanks and the welcome to the Cricut family. Let's set up your machine, create a Cricut ID, and make a fun project. So we're going to go ahead and click Get Started. And now this is where you're going to go ahead and create an ID. You're going to put your first name, your last name, your email address, retype your email address, your country, and your password, and accept the terms. Now I already have a Cricut ID, so I'm going to go ahead and sign in. And I went ahead and put in my information. I'm going to go ahead and click sign in. And now it's taking me to the page where I'm going to go ahead to connect the machine. All right, so I've gone ahead and I've taken the plastic off the machine, and I've taken the USB cable out of the packaging as well as the electrical cord. I have plugged the other end of this into the wall. So let's plug in our USB cable. If you can, on your cable there is a little picture of a USB, and that is the way that it gets plugged in. So it gets plugged in here in the up position. Here is the part that goes into your computer. There's a Cricut on the bottom. This is the bottom. The little picture of the USB, and it says Cricut.com design. That goes up. So we'll plug that into the computer. And now it says to power it on. So I'm going to switch you back to the computer so that we can see what happens when we power on the machine. Alright, so we are back on the computer. I did go ahead and plug that extra cable into the back, the electrical cable. I did go ahead and plug that in. And now it is time to press the power button on the machine, which I'm going to do. And I can hear the machine working. And down here on the bottom right, there is a continue button. I'm going to go ahead and click that down here. And it says update your firmware. Updating to the latest firmware will ensure that your machine has all the latest features. It went ahead and did that. Get your free gifts. The Cricut machine comes bundled with a collection of free images, fonts, and projects. You'll receive instructions to access the gifts once your machine is set up. So in the bottom right hand corner there is an accept button. I'm going to click that. Get the most out of your Cricut experience. Join the Cricut Access. I am going to go ahead and decline that at this time. So let's click on, I guess, get my 2-week free trial, because there's no other option. So down here it says get Cricut. I can't see because my little thing is in the way, but let's click that. And it says my free trial begins now. You now have access to thousands of projects, images, and fonts for 2 weeks. So let's hit continue. You're only a cut away. Your Cricut machine is registered and ready. Let's make the simple card included with your machine. With this easy intro project, you'll learn how to cut ready to make projects, prepare materials for cutting, and make your own project. So let's click continue. And it tells me this is the project that we are going to make. So let's go ahead and click on that. Here you'll find all the details about this project and decide whether you want to make it. So let's click make it. Prepare your mat. This is where your project gets automatically sorted by color onto individual mats. So go ahead. This says this project only has one mat. Click continue. I'm going to click continue. Now, as you can see, it did skip step 1 and moved on to step 2. My cardstock was, or my material was already set to cardstock on the machine. But if yours was not, go ahead and change the dial on the top right hand side of the machine to cardstock and continue. So it's telling me to load the pen, open clamp A, hold clamp up while pushing pen down until the arrow on pen disappears, and then close the clamp, then click continue. So I'm going to go ahead and switch over and show you guys that. Alright, so it says to open clamp A, so this is clamp A, and I've opened it. Hold clamp up while pushing pen down until the arrow on the pen disappears. So let's go ahead and take the cap off. And I have my pen and my arrow. So it says hold this up until the arrow disappears. There it goes. It snaps in actually, and then I've clamped it closed. Perfect. So let's go on to the next step. So now that I've got the pen installed, I'm going to click continue. And it's telling me to load the fine point blade if blade is not already installed. I believe these already should be installed. Mine was installed, so I'm going to go ahead and click to continue. And now it's telling me to load the mat into the machine. So let's head over there and do that. Now, I do know from experience that when you get a new mat, they are really sticky, and sometimes you can have issues with the cardstock sticking and maybe ripping when it comes off. So the best advice is to take a lint-free cloth or t-shirt or something and kind of de-sticky the mat a little bit, which I'm going to do. So I'm going to take my clear cover sheet off. And I have an old shirt here, and I'm just going to go ahead and dab that on. This really does help. A lot of the times I'll see somebody have a brand new machine and the first thing they say is, my paper is stuck on the mat and I can't get it off. And so their brand new project gets messed up. So if you do this step, you should have success getting your paper off of the mat. It's still really sticky, but that just de-sticks it a little bit. Now the picture on the screen did tell me to go ahead and line up my corner of my paper with the corner here on the grid. I'm going to go ahead and do that. And lay that down. Now my paper's on, and it says to go ahead and slide the mat underneath both mat guides, and keeping mat pushed firmly against the rollers, press the load and the unload button. So I'm going to go ahead and I've put my mat underneath these guides here, and I'm holding it against firmly like it said, and now my load and unload button is flashing. So I'm going to go ahead and push that, and it brings it in. Alright, so now on my computer screen it says press go, so let me show you that. Alright, so now that I went ahead and loaded that, you can see the machine, or the computer screen, I'm sorry, changed, and now it tells me to press go, and it says press the flashing go button. So we're going to go ahead and press that on the machine. Alright, now the computer screen tells me to press the load and the unload button to unload the mat. Open clamp A to remove my pen and close the clamp. And then to remove the cardstock without curling, gently bend mat until one edge releases. And flip mat, press cardstock against flat surface, then slowly pull the mat away. So let's go ahead and do that. So my unload button is flashing. I'm going to go ahead and click that. And now my mat is successfully removed. I'm going to go ahead and open the A and pull out my pen. Whoops, a little bit of pressure comes out. Close that back up. Go ahead and cap that. Alright, and now we're going to go ahead and remove the cardstock from the mat. Alright, so I know the best way to remove the paper is to flip it over, bend the mat up, with one finger hold down the paper, and move your fingers up while you're pulling the mat away. Got most of it. I'm going to take this piece. This is going to be my scrap piece. So I'm going to go ahead and do that again with this piece. And I have my card. I actually just ripped it by pulling it off, so that was my fault. But that is really cute. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and hit continue. And then it says fold card in half, insert liner into corner slots, and way to go. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright, so I've gone ahead and I've folded this piece in half. And the other piece that came with it, I folded in half. And if I go ahead and glue these together, you'll see, with the exception that I ripped my paper, you will have a card. I also want to point out, when you are finished with your project, you want to go ahead and put this clear protective sheet back on. You don't want dust or lint getting on this. You just need to put it on. It's on. Now when we're finished with the machine, we just need to close the bottom and the top cover. And turn the on and off switch, or the power switch, off. And you're done. I sure hope this took a little bit of the mystery out of setting up and using your Cricut machine for the very first time. Please don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe on my video. If you do subscribe, you will be notified when I create more videos using the Cricut, which I plan to do very soon. Thanks everybody, and have a great day.